It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm here with Shaq and the Jet. Tonight, we'll see the Charlotte Hornets playing against the Knicks in New York. For the Knicks, 5-5 over their last 10 games, but they're not satisfied with 500 ball. Looking to tack one onto the win tally tonight. And as we march toward the end of the regular season, Shaq, I want your opinion on veterans being rested in back-to-back games.
You know what, Ernie, you hear a lot of people complain, but let me tell you from personal reasons, it's the right thing to do in some cases, especially for the older teams to have a real shot to win a championship. Popovich has been doing it. Look how many rings he got.
Well, there's been a lot of talk about extending the regular season.
The Hornets coming to an Eastern Conference contest in this game. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us for Noche Latina, the NBA's celebration of the Latin heritage, both among its players and fans. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke reporting from the sidelines. It's out on the road tomorrow as the Knicks wrap up this home stretch. They sit at 11th in the East right now, not quite in the gutter, just in limbo.
And this should be fun, guys. They see this team a lot, 4 times during the regular season. And so far, they split the first 2, so they seem pretty evenly matched. A chance to build some confidence with the win tonight.
Yeah, I think they're really highly motivated in this one. I mean, it becomes a pretty good chess match at this point. As you mentioned, both teams evenly matched. You've seen each other a few times. You know each other's tendencies. And the coaches really can factor in games and situations like this.
Here's the starting group for the Charlotte Hornets. Freak in a 2-guard. Al Jefferson out there with Boozer. Then it's Jeremy Lin. And it's Batum in its small forward. Last game for the Charlotte Hornets, it was a loss to Milwaukee.
Yeah, I had the chills watching that. It really was a nightmare defensively for them. When you go into that building and get punished by some very hot shooting.
They didn't challenge the shooters. They didn't defend the shooters like they should have. And once the fans got into it and the arena started ramping up and cranking up, it was over. Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
And a follow wide open. He shoots. The basket is good. The assist from Augustine. 4-2. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Outside, Lin. Boozer with the screen for Lin. Shoots from the baseline. No good. The Knicks go the other way with it. Last time they met was right here, and they came out with the win.
A huge margin of victory for them when these two teams squared off last, and they got scoring from up and down their lineup.
Yeah, the reserves, the guys coming off the bench, Greg, made their presence felt. And, of course, with their big lead, they were able to give the bench a lot of run.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skill as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
The pass to Freak. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. There's the screen. Screen by Jefferson. Shot clock at 5. Boozer kicks to Freak. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Free throw good. Freak.
I'm allergic to missing.
And both free throws good from Freak.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Let's send it out to Doris Burke, who caught up with head coach Kurt Rambis.
He said he certainly followed the rise of Jeremy Lin into a prime-time point guard in this league. And he told me, we need to try to limit his penetration. That's where he's most effective, slashing and with the drive and kick. Guys, Lin has certainly been working to improve his outside shot. But sometimes you have to pick your poison, and they'll live with him shooting from outside. Back to you.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Here's Anthony after Al Jefferson's score. Anthony can't hit. The Hornets have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Lynn kicks to Freak. And no good, and a chance to take the lead. Afflalo left side. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Boozer a screen on Augustine. And Freak gets it to go on the assist by Lynn. 6 points for Freak.
Boy, an impressive job there by Boozer setting that screen.
Anthony against Batum. Again, the miss by Anthony.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Batum attacking from outside the arc. And it's Freak missing. The Knicks have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Augustine with it. 14 points from him the last game against Portland. The feed to Anthony. Oh, that's blocked, but he stays with it. Plenty of room to knock down the shot.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Freak dishes to Lynn. He feeds it to Freak. At the elbow, Boozer. From about 16, again, the Hornets score.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
And Augustine kicks to Anthony. 18 feet out, and he nails the jumper. Anthony's got 6.
12. Hornets timeout. Ladies and gentlemen, your Knicks City Dancers.
And our 2K leaderboard up on the screen now, giving you a look at the small forward position and the players with the most rebounds per game this year. Third is Carmelo Anthony.
You know, the work they do on the boards is such a big part of all these players' game. I mean, they play much bigger than the grand majority of small forwards in our league.
Yeah, I think they all have that little bit of extra edge to their game that allows them to put up the kind of rebound numbers usually you only see from power forwards.
Here's Stauskas after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. 5 to shoot. Humphries with the steal. Baseline J on the way. Breaks a big high bounce and goes in. 6 points for Aaron Afflalo. Hornets trail by 4. Freak kicks to Zeller. Charlotte moving the ball around. Pass to Stauskas. Feeds to Freak. That is good. Freak's got 8.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
From deep Afflalo. It's rebounded by Kid Gilchrist. Charlotte has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And here's Freak. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Got a hand on it, and the ball travels out of bounds. Last touch by Kid Gilchrist. For New York, they've gone 8 of 15 from the field, shooting above 50% here tonight. 6 to shoot. New York needs to get off a shot. Puts it up from 12. That doesn't go either for Afflalo.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Here's Freak. 17-foot shot on the way. at the end of. And a chance to hear from former number 2 overall pick Jarek Williams about his focus.
Just getting to the basket more, being
2 huge improvements for him. He's checked in for Kelly Olynyk. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Al Jefferson is checked in for Kaminsky. Boozer comes in for Wesley Johnson. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And Freak subbed in for Stauskas. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Freak in at point guard. Carlos Boozer out there with Batum. Then it's Jeremy Lin. And it's Jefferson in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now let's send it to Doris on the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Bucks just played phenomenal. He picked up 18 points, and along with what he did on the offensive end, he also played some stellar defense as well. It was a great contribution from someone who is considered a bit more of a role player on his team.
All right, thank you as always, Doris. And another special game from a player that we know is incredibly capable for this team.
Yeah, and he proved his value again in that last game. I mean, he's a cog in their machine, no doubt.
Yeah, and they're going to need a few other players to lend a bigger hand today. I mean, they can't expect him to carry the entire load 2 games in a row.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Chris Humphries has checked in for Porzingis. Derek Williams comes in for Anthony. And it's a Flalo in for Augustine. Cody Zeller's checked in for the Hornets. Here's Jefferson. Offensive rebound. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Knicks.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also, how about how well they defended the rim? Not just blocking shots, but also altering them here in this first half.
The Hornets trail. Outside, Lin. In the corner, it's Freak. It's 3-pointers off the mark.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
And now, in transition, it's a follow. Here we go.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
The Knicks have shot just 1 free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group. Only around 75%.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year. But just a tad worse, so not too bad.
Lin the pass to Jefferson. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And stretching back over the break, here's how the Knicks have performed. 6th in 3-point field goal percentage. 7th in field goal percentage. And they are in the top 10 in team points per game.
And they've also enjoyed a lot of success from beyond the arc. I mean, as you can see by that top 10 ranking and 3-point percentage, that's a shot they should continue to feature in their offense.
Down low, here's a Flalo. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
In examining his numbers this season, we can see that he's been an exceptional free throw shooter, right around 85.
You know, one thing about getting going at the free throw line like he has this season, it can continue to carry over.
There's 1:54 left to play in the first half. It's stolen. Fast break, here we go. No good. Some solid defense there from Lin.
Even though he isn't having the best of game from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Batum attacking, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Batum's got 8 points.
I love how he establishes his post position inside before he converts.
We got to be more physical on defense.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sideline.
Yes, exactly, Kevin. I got a chance to hear what Scott Skiles said to his team. He told Batum that he wants their offense to run through him. Coach emphasized getting him as many touches as possible, saying he is going to be one of the guys to carry us the rest of the way. They're not going to